Hello everybody, I am Zura and today we are going to have another World of Tanky Tanku review. The guest today is a premium tier 6 medium tank directly coming from the Soviet army. I'm talking about T-34-85M. This premium tank was object of a marathon some times ago, a pretty easy marathon, I can say, and I believe that almost everybody on the AU server has this tank in the garage at the moment. So we are going to have a review of a very common tank. If I'm not wrong, in the past this tank was considered pretty rare because it's a very old tank, but was not sold for a long time. Then was sold again after receiving a buff. Okay, and then Wargaming decided to put inside a marathon, and almost everybody have one. Oh, look at here, another one, another one. 334-85M in a small space, so it's okay. It's a really common tank at CS6, and we want to know is good or not. And just before seeing how this little medium performs on the battlefield, let's have a look at his statistics as usual using our favorite website Tanks GG, and I have decided to compare T-34-85M with all the other brothers because we have four tanks that looks really similar. Three T-34 in three different sources and the Chinese clone Type 58. As we can see, the firepower of the M1 is way better than the Rudy and the standard tank. More than almost 300 DPM better for minutes. Not bad. The Chinese is just in the middle, but if we see a little bit below, we can see that the Chinese lose something really important on penetration and most of all on the alpha damage, just because the gun is an 85mm but perform in a different way. I don't know why. Even the shell velocity sucks on the Chinese one. So in my opinion, the small firepower bonus, the small DPM bonus is not enough to compensate penetration damage and most of all shell velocity. All those tank probably let me change. Okay, all those tank has APCR as premium rounds, so I'm supposed to see the shell velocity buff. Okay, for the Russian trio, the shell velocity is quite good, close to 1200, and the Chinese still stand at the back. The firepower of the premium T-34-85M is awesome in my opinion at tier 6. Now the gun handling you can see is almost the same that the standard one and the Rudy, but has more elevation than the Rudy and a little bit less dispersion when turning the turret. The Chinese worse accuracy and most of all only 5 degrees of gun depression. So the Chinese worse firepower, worse gun handling, and the premium T-34-85M has the best gun handling. Not by much, but the best compared to the other. And now let's check the mobility. And here we can see that our tank fall behind the other just because the terrain resistances are worse than the other guys. We have almost the same speed going forward, the same going reverse, the same engine power than the Rudy, while the standard tank has 600 HP of horsepower, and the power weight of the standard tank is way better than the other. The Chinese 2 is not too bad concerning mobility. Terrain resistances are low, not as good as the Rudy, but I can say that those three tanks are almost the same concerning mobility, and the M1 is a little bit worse, but not too much. The Traverse the same, only the Chinese do a little better, and the Traverse is the same. So mobility is the worst mobility in this quartet of tank, but not by far. And then let's go and check the last Armor and Earth, and we can see that all those tanks share the same turret, but the hull armor on the M1 has something special because I see 75 millimeters of frontal hull armor, and later we are going to see if this buff is this bonus is something reliable on the battlefield. Well, view range, nothing special for all the tanks. The Chinese has 10 meters more. Fire chance standard, while the standard T-34-85 has a nice 12 like the Chinese one. Now let's go and check the suggested equipment, ventilation, gun rammer, and coated optics, because we need to improve the view range, gun depression 7 degrees all around. You can see this is a premium tank, so it's very important. It's a key feature to train a complete full set of crew. And in this tank we have the best 5 guys as crew, radio man included, also important, but is included. And now let's go and check the armor profile. This tank has 30 millimeters of frontal armor more than the other, and this is a nice feature because the frontal part of the hull is very well angled, and you can see meeting this tank frontally we can have 120 130 millimeters of 120. Okay, we have a reinforced strip on the beak that rise the value by 10. The lower plate is weak spot, but the lower plate is really thin, so probably you got shooted in the hull. The turret is the same as the other, ricochet all around because it's very well angled, very well rounded, and you can shoot reliably on the cheeks, reliably but not too much, just because 100 110 on the cheeks and rise very quickly on the side. Better to shoot directly around the gun because there's a hole behind the mantlet, otherwise those two strips of the mantlet are very well armored. But if this tank is placed angled in this way, okay, I suggest you to play this tank to engage at 30 degrees. You have the side that is auto bounce, the turret, okay, is the turret, and the frontal plate armor goes up to 135 140ish. We have our reinforced door on the front and a weak spot in this point. But if you move the tank angling 45 and 30, you can rise the armor, you can trick your enemy to shoot at the hardest part of the map, especially when you go after a corner. Okay, I'm going to use my face as usual as a wall. Okay, if you peek around the corner in this way, the very well angled hull armor rise 170, and look, if you go a little bit hull down, let me move my face now, give me some problems. If you go hull down, thanks to 7 degrees of gun depression, is not too much to be considered a good hull down tank. But now the gun is facing me, and if you cover the lower plate, the angle must be lowered a little bit, otherwise you can be shooted on the frontal sprocket. Okay, in this way the upper hull armor goes up to 160. The side is auto bounce and the turret is not bad at all. changing a little bit give you bonuses as I have shown you before. Okay, so the armor of this tank at tier 6 sounds pretty interesting, and now I'm a little bit curious to see how this tank performs on the battlefield. We have less speed comparing the standard T-34-85, but better armor. And then let's go on Westfield. I'm not top tier, but it's a quite standard matchmaking. And I'm eating my way on the medium side on the left because I want to contest the corner of the map. It's a key point for medium gameplay in this map, while on the other side, on the right part, there are the hull down ridge line. Usually it's a field for heavy tank, but on those other side, the medium tank can play trying to snipe, to make some fire in the center of the map, and try to block each other in reaching the corner. I didn't succeed to reach the corner. Look at the gun. The gun works pretty nice. Well, I bounced the shot from the Skoda T-25, and now I'm receiving some shot. Look, one goes through my armor and the Hellcat bounce just because I reversed from the hill and my upper plate became automatically auto bounce. So the well sloped frontal armor sometimes is pretty good. Is pretty good and pretty useful, because I have made a mistake in this position, but this tank is nice. He saved me, and now I can backfire the stinky Hellcat that is camping in the bush. And now a KV-1, trying slowly. I'm going to use some premium rounds from the distance. I want to remember you that 144 millimeters of standard round penetration, 194 for the premium one. KV-1 is pretty tough. A couple shots, 3 shots didn't go through the fantastic armor of the tier 5 heavy Russian tank, and I didn't succeed in killing those guys. They succeeded in crossing one of the most dangerous places in this map. I don't know why he decided to make this display, but whatever. Let's go and come back and try to contest the medium side of the map. Now that the Hellcat is dead, I can try to pick from this ridgeline that is very slope and very dangerous. Probably only tank with 10 degrees or more can try to have a nice peak from this hill, but the right side is safe, and I wanna try to have some nice shot on the other guys. I'm really patient. My view range, it's okay. As you can see, my view range is quite nice. It's not 445 is not kept, but it goes close. Yes, you can see the 2 lines, the actual spotting range and the best one are very close each other. So probably I can have roughly 440 meters of spotting view range. I'm counting the tank on the map, and I can say that in the medium side there's nothing more interesting, so I wanna try to engage some EV guys with my premium rounds under the 94 millimeters of penetration and APC and APCR. I can damage pretty badly even the Black Prince, the super well armored heavy tank of the British Army. Now it's not necessary to shoot premium at the T-67 that has no armor at all, but probably I didn't think at all in changing bullet, because I'm scared by the Black Prince and I wanna try to do as much damage as possible. Even in this situation, it's not necessary to spam premium RAM. So sorry, very sorry to showing you this mess. But I wanna win this match, and I was hunting down the Black Prince. And now it's his turn. Let's see if I can get his flank. One in the side of the turret. And oh my god, a friend of mine decided to steal my kill and got killed and came in front of me, and I succeeded in killing the Black Prince while the dastardly FH, the premium arty from the French army, is shooting me. One shoot every 8.5 seconds, one of the worst and most dangerous arta at tier 5, and I'm going to punish in the best way. That probably is rhyming, but I don't know why I decided to shoot, because I don't want that someone in my team steal my favorite kill. Killing Artie is something wonderful. Okay, let's go. I check the post-game stat SC, and we can see that the T-34 have done a pretty good job in this situation. Must remark, high caliber and Top Gun for 6 kill, 2400 damage, 6 kill, some experience, and we can say even a small profit. We are talking about premium tank, and it's really important for a premium tank to be a nice money maker. And this tank is not bad. The situation was complicated by my gameplay, because I have spammed too many premium rounds just because I'm a real noob, I know. And I have spent more than 50,000 credits for auto resupply ammunition. But remember, if you are top tier, 144mm of penetration can be enough to handle 70-80% of tier 6 that you are going to meet. Otherwise, you are compelled to type 2 key and go for the premium ones. Is this tank good or not? Okay, I believe that this tank, it's too good. It's too good because do the same work of the standard T-34-85. Velocity, mobility, it's a little bit worse, but we have better firepower, better gun handling, way better armor. This tank has no weak point at tier 6. I can say that is the stronger tier 6 at the moment, together with the Type 64, the premium Chinese. I can say that this is not good. This is the best. This is the best tank at tier 6. It can enjoy, it does credit, it's premium, it trains faster, it fights well, it moves enough, a good gun. What I can say? Probably this one is the big daddy of tier 6. Okay guys, even for this review we have done. Yodzura greets you everybody. I give you appointment at the next review here on YouTube channel, or if you wanna follow some Italian stream and seeing me raging against the world, I wait you everybody on Twitch channel. Hi guys, see you next review.